Stop scrolling. Because if this found you today, it was not random. Something in your life has been pushing against a wall you cannot explain. You tried harder, you prayed longer, you visualized deeper, you stayed quiet when people laughed at your dreams. But still, something impossible has been standing in front of you like a locked door. And Sophia did not reveal the 33rd degree code to make you feel inspired for 10 minutes. She revealed it because the old version of you has reached its final limit. Listen carefully. There is a level where manifestation is no longer wishing. There is a level where prayer is no longer begging. There is a level where your mind stops chasing reality, and reality begins to arrange itself around the command hidden inside your consciousness. That level is not reached by noise. It is not reached by panic. It is not reached by telling everyone your dream before it has roots. It is reached when your inner world becomes so ordered, so charged, so certain, that the outer world has no choice but to respond. This is why most people never materialize the impossible. Not because they are weak, not because God forgot them, not because the universe hates them. They fail because they keep sending mixed instructions into the field. 1 hour they believe, the next hour they doubt. One day they declare victory. The next day they speak like victims. Their lips say, "I am ready," but their nervous system says, "I am afraid." Their vision says, "I deserve it," but their behavior says, "I am still waiting for permission." And that is exactly where the 33rd degree code begins. It begins at the place where your words, your emotions, your body, your attention, and your daily actions stop fighting each other. It begins when you become one signal, not 10 signals, not a broken signal, one clean divine command. Sophia's warning is simple. The impossible does not materialize for the person who wants it the most. It materializes for the person who can hold the identity long enough without collapsing back into the old self. That is the secret people miss. They think the technique is only about imagining the end result. No, the real technique is surviving the pressure of becoming the person who can receive it. Because the moment you ask for something impossible, your old life will test you. Your doubts will get louder. People will act colder. Money may feel tighter. Time may feel faster. Your mind may suddenly bring back memories of every failure you thought you had healed from. And if you do not understand the code, you will think these are signs to quit. But Sophia revealed that these are not signs to quit. These are signs that the old structure is cracking. So before we go deeper, do one thing right now. Like this video, subscribe if this message is finding you at the right moment, and comment the single word code below. Not for me, for your own nervous system. Let your hand make the first physical movement that says, "I am not just watching this, I am entering this." Now breathe. Because what I am about to say may explain why your life has felt delayed, blocked, or strangely protected. The 33rd degree code is not about forcing reality. It is about becoming so aligned with the finished version of your destiny that reality begins removing everything that cannot live in that frequency. Think about the number 33. It carries the energy of ascent, mastery, divine responsibility, and the bridge between the human and the higher self. But Sophia did not reveal it as a decorative symbol. She revealed it as a structure. 3 represents the triangle, mind, body, and spirit. 3 repeated becomes a mirror. What is above must be stabilized below. That means your inner vision must be translated into physical discipline. Your belief must become behavior. Your prayer must become posture. Your dream must become a daily pattern. This is where ordinary manifestation ends and divine technique begins. Most people close their eyes and imagine a miracle, then open their eyes and live like the miracle is still far away. They visualize wealth, then speak poverty. They visualize love, then carry rejection in their body. They visualize freedom, then obey the same fears every morning. They say they want a new life, but they keep proving loyalty to the old one. Sophia revealed that the field does not respond to what you pretend for 5 minutes. It responds to what you repeatedly embody when no one is watching. That is why the 33rd degree code requires 3 locks to open. The first lock is attention. The second lock is emotional authority. The third lock is physical confirmation. Attention is the first lock because your attention is the throne of your reality. Whatever sits there long enough begins to rule you. If fear sits there, fear becomes king. If resentment sits there, resentment becomes law. If your past sits there, your past keeps renewing itself through your decisions. But when your chosen reality sits there with discipline, not fantasy, discipline, it starts building roots in the unseen. This is why Sophia says, do not stare at what you are trying to leave. You cannot keep worshiping the problem and expect the solution to feel real. You cannot keep checking for proof of failure and then wonder why faith feels weak. The first command of the code is to withdraw your sacred attention from the evidence of limitation. This does not mean ignore your life. It means stop letting the current condition define the final truth. The bill is not the final truth. The rejection is not the final truth. The empty room is not the final truth. The silence from the person who left is not the final truth. The slow beginning is not the final truth. The final truth is the identity you choose to stabilize before the world has applauded it. But this is where the test becomes personal, because the world trained you to believe only after you see. Sophia trained you to become before you see, and becoming before you see feels dangerous to the old mind. The old mind wants a receipt. The old mind wants a guarantee. The old mind says, show me first, then I will believe. But the 33rd degree code says, become first, then the evidence will reorganize. That does not mean sit still and wait for magic. That means stop acting like a person who is already lost. It means your voice changes. Your habits change. Your standards change. Your tolerance changes. Your relationship with delay changes. You no longer chase from panic. You move from command. You no longer beg life to notice you. You start carrying yourself like heaven already signed your name. The second lock is emotional authority. This is where most people lose the code. They can visualize for a moment, but they cannot protect the emotional state afterward. One negative comment destroys them. One slow day ruins them. One memory pulls them back. They say, maybe it is not meant for me, because reality did not obey fast enough. But Sophia revealed something painful and powerful. Your emotions are not always truth. Sometimes your emotions are just the echo of an old identity trying to survive. Fear does not always mean danger. Sometimes fear means expansion. Anxiety does not always mean wrong path. Sometimes anxiety means your nervous system is entering territory it has never owned before. Sadness does not always mean loss. Sometimes sadness means the old self knows it is being replaced. Emotional authority means you stop letting every feeling become a prophecy. You can feel doubt and still choose the command. You can feel fear and still walk like the door is opening. You can feel pressure and still refuse to bow to the version of you that used to quit. This is not denial. This is mastery. The 33rd degree code asks you to hold one emotional signature long enough for reality to recognize it. Not excitement that disappears in 1 hour. Not fake positivity that collapses at midnight. A deep inner confirmation. A calm knowing. A grounded sense that says, this is mine because I am becoming the one who can carry it. And when you reach that state, something strange happens. You stop needing the outside world to approve your future. You stop begging people to understand your transformation. You stop explaining your calling to people who are addicted to your smaller version. You become quiet, but not weak. You become humble, but not uncertain. You become patient, but not passive. The third lock is physical confirmation. This is the lock that separates dreamers from creators. Because if your body never moves, your belief has no vessel. If your calendar does not change, your identity has no evidence. If your decisions remain the same, your future has no doorway. Sophia revealed that the impossible needs a physical witness. One action, one sacrifice, one boundary, 1 hour of focus, one uncomfortable decision, one refusal to return to the habit that kept you trapped. Your body must confirm what your spirit declared. This is why you may feel pulled to clean your room, change your routine, stop replying to certain people, wake up earlier, create the thing, record the message, apply again, pray differently, speak differently, spend differently, eat differently, sit in silence longer, or finally finish what you keep postponing. These are not random urges. These are physical confirmations from the future self trying to enter your current life. When the 33rd degree code activates, your life starts asking for proof of identity, not proof from the world, proof from you. Are you still available for the distractions that delayed you? Are you still addicted to the pain that gave you an excuse? Are you still waiting for someone to rescue you from the life your own choices must now rebuild? Are you still calling it impossible because that word protects you from trying with your whole soul? Sophia's message is sharp because your destiny cannot be built on emotional laziness. Divine materialization is not a childish demand where you say, "Give me everything," while refusing to become disciplined enough to hold anything. The impossible becomes possible when you stop treating your future like entertainment and start treating it like a sacred assignment. So here is the technique. See it once. Feel it as finished. Speak from the identity. Move in physical agreement. Then protect the signal. Do not keep digging up the seed to see if it is growing. Do not tell jealous minds what is still forming in sacred darkness. Do not keep asking the universe for signs while ignoring the instructions already placed inside your own discipline. The sign is the pull. The sign is the pressure. The sign is the fact that you are still here after everything that tried to make you ordinary. Tonight, when you sit alone, ask yourself one question. What would I do today if I truly believed the impossible was already moving toward me? Not what would you post, not what would you pretend. What would you actually do? Who would you stop chasing? What would you stop fearing? What would you finally begin? What would you no longer tolerate? That answer is the next door. And once you walk through it, do not look back for permission. Because permission is the last chain the old self uses to keep you small. It tells you to wait until the timing is perfect. It tells you to wait until people believe in you. It tells you to wait until the money is safer, the energy is higher, the fear is gone, the path is clear, the sign is louder. But Sophia revealed that the 33rd degree code does not open for the person who waits for fear to disappear. It opens for the person who moves while fear is still standing there. This is the hidden pressure of materializing the impossible. You do not become powerful after the door opens. You become powerful before it opens. You do not receive the miracle and then become certain. You become certain, and then the miracle finds a structure to enter. The universe does not pour destiny into a leaking vessel. It waits until your identity can hold what your mouth keeps asking for. So ask yourself honestly, if the impossible arrived today, could you carry it? Could you keep the blessing without sabotaging it? Could you handle the attention without shrinking? Could you handle the wealth without guilt? Could you handle the love without suspicion? Could you handle the calling without running back to comfort? Because sometimes the delay is not punishment. Sometimes the delay is divine construction. Sophia was not denying you. She was rebuilding the part of you that would have destroyed the very thing you prayed for. This is why the code feels intense. It does not only bring the impossible closer, it exposes everything inside you that is not compatible with it. The hidden envy, the private doubt, the fear of being seen, the addiction to struggle, the need to be understood, the old belief that you must suffer before you are allowed to receive, the secret loyalty to people who only loved you when you were broken. And when those things rise, do not call it failure. Call it purification. The field is showing you what cannot cross the threshold. The divine technique is not to fight every shadow. The technique is to stop identifying with it. When fear speaks, you do not bow. When doubt speaks, you do not obey. When the past speaks, you do not answer like a prisoner. You answer like the one who has already been released. You say, "I see you, but you are not my master." You say, "I feel you, but you are not my future." You say, "You protected me once, but now you are delaying me." This is emotional command. This is spiritual adulthood. This is where the impossible begins to feel natural. Most people think materialization means pulling something from the sky. But Sophia revealed a deeper truth. The impossible is already moving in the unseen. Your assignment is not to drag it down. Your assignment is to become readable to it. Your thoughts must become readable. Your emotions must become readable. Your actions must become readable. Your environment must become readable. Your identity must stop speaking in contradiction. If you say you are chosen, but live like you are forgotten, the field receives confusion. If you say you are abundant, but panic at every small expense, the field receives fear. If you say you are ready for love, but still perform for people who disrespect your soul, the field receives unworthiness. If you say you are entering your divine assignment, but waste your strongest hours feeding distraction, the field receives disobedience. The 33rd degree code is not soft because destiny is not soft. It will comfort you, yes, but it will also confront you. It will bless you, yes, but it will also discipline you. It will open doors, yes, but it will also close doors you keep trying to reopen because your wounded self is still addicted to familiar pain. Sophia says the door that closed was not always rejection. And protection. The person who left was not always a loss. Sometimes they were removed before your next level exposed their true heart. The delay was not always denial. Sometimes it was time being rearranged so the blessing would meet you when you were finally whole enough to keep it. This is why you must stop begging for the old timeline to come back. You cannot materialize the impossible while emotionally negotiating with what God already removed. You cannot enter the 33rd degree code while carrying every dead attachment like sacred luggage. At some point, you must let the old story stay dead. And yes, that hurts. It hurts because the old story gave you an identity. Even pain can become familiar. Even disappointment can become a home. Even being underestimated can become a strange kind of comfort because it gives you a reason to delay your own greatness. But Sophia is calling you out of that house now, not gently, not quietly, completely. The impossible does not require a perfect person. It requires a decided person. A person who has finally stopped using their wounds as proof that they are unworthy. A person who can say, "What happened to me shaped me, but it does not own me." A person who can say, "I have been delayed, but I am not defeated." A person who can say, "I have been ignored, but I am not invisible." A person who can say, "I have been broken, but I am still chosen." Now listen to the exact inner practice. Tonight, before you sleep, close your eyes and choose one impossible thing, not 10. 1. Do not choose from desperation. Choose from divine recognition, the thing that keeps returning to your heart no matter how many times life tried to bury it. See it as already complete, not as a fantasy floating above you, but as a reality standing inside you. Feel your body living after it has happened. How do you breathe? How do you walk? How do you speak? How do you make decisions? What no longer scares you? What no longer controls you? Stay there until your body stops arguing. This is important. The mind may say yes quickly, but the body reveals the truth. If your chest tightens, breathe into it. If doubt rises, do not run. If sadness appears, let it pass through. You are not trying to force happiness. You are teaching your nervous system that the new reality is safe. Then speak one sentence. Say it slowly. I now become the version of me who can carry this. Not chase this, not beg for this, carry this. That sentence is a key, because receiving is not enough. Carrying is the real initiation. After that, choose one physical action you will take within 24 hours. Make it specific, make it real, make it impossible for your old self to ignore. Send the message, make the plan, remove the distraction, build the page, record the video, apply for the opportunity. Clean the space, set the boundary, start the routine, end the cycle. Do not make the action dramatic for attention. Make it sacred for alignment. This is the bridge between the unseen and the seen. The vision charges the field. The emotion gives it authority. The action gives it a body. And then comes the hardest part. Protect the signal after the practice is over. Do not wake up tomorrow and speak against the reality you activated tonight. Do not tell people, "I do not know if it will happen," just to sound humble. Do not shrink your language to make doubters comfortable. Humility is not self-erasure. Faith is not arrogance. Quiet certainty is not pride. It is obedience to what your soul already knows. Some of you watching this have been carrying a vision that scares even you. You cannot fully explain why you believe it. You cannot fully prove why it is possible. But something inside you refuses to let it die. That is not foolishness. That is a signal. That is the seed of the impossible asking for your agreement. But agreement is not only words. Agreement is how you spend your morning. Agreement is what you allow in your mind. Agreement is the conversations you stop entertaining. Agreement is the version of yourself you keep rehearsing when nobody is clapping. Agreement is whether you return to the old pattern after receiving the new instruction. Sophia revealed that many people ask for the impossible, but only a few are willing to become unfamiliar to themselves. That is the price. You will not feel like the old you anymore. Certain rooms will feel too small. Certain jokes will feel heavy. Certain people will feel draining. Certain habits will feel like betrayal. You will wonder why you can no longer enjoy the things that once distracted you. That is not confusion. That is your frequency refusing to fit inside the cage again. When this begins, do not panic. You are not losing yourself. You are losing the version of yourself that survived by staying limited. You are not becoming cold. You are becoming clear. You are not becoming distant. You are becoming devoted. You are not becoming arrogant. You are finally respecting the divine assignment placed inside you. And the moment your inner command becomes stronger than your outer evidence, reality begins to bend. Not like a movie. Not always with thunder and lightning. Sometimes it bends quietly. A person thinks of you. A door appears. A message arrives. An idea lands. A delay resolves. A resource comes through. A sudden courage enters your chest. A strange peace covers something that used to terrify you. That is how the impossible begins. First as a shift in identity. Then as a shift in behavior. Then as a shift in opportunities. Then as a shift in the world around you. But remember this. The code does not serve greed. It serves alignment. If your desire is only ego, it will exhaust you. If your desire is rooted in divine assignment, it will strengthen you. The impossible that is truly yours will not only elevate your life, it will refine your character. It will make you more responsible, more awake, more honest, more disciplined, more useful, more alive. So when you ask for the impossible, also ask to become worthy of stewarding it. Not worthy like you are begging for value. You already have value. Worthy like you are prepared. Worthy like your hands are clean. Worthy like your heart can hold power without becoming cruel. Worthy like your success will not make you forget the pain that taught you compassion. This is the final revelation of the 33rd degree code. The technique is not only to materialize what you want. The technique is to let the impossible materialize the highest version of you. Because the miracle is not just the door opening. The miracle is who you become when you stop living outside that door like a beggar. The miracle is the day you realize you were not waiting for reality to choose you. Reality was waiting for you to stop abandoning yourself. So tonight, do not return to your old language. Do not return to your old posture. Do not return to your old permission seeking. Stand inside the identity. Protect the signal. Take the action. Hold the command. And when the old voice whispers, "This is impossible," do not argue with it. Smile at it. Breathe through it. Then answer with your life. Because Sophia did not reveal this code so you could admire it. She revealed it because something impossible is ready to become physical through you.